Good day! Welcome into this lesson. I am Sir Jake Morante, your math buddy, and I will be here to help you in developing your logical reasoning and critical thinking skills.
Is your self-learning module ready? What about your pen and paper? Great! Let's begin a fun and exciting lesson.
Into this lesson, you are expected to
Determine the geometric sequence. Identify the common ratio of a geometric sequence and find the missing term of a geometric sequence.
Express accuracy, competence, compassion, and love for others in solving geometric sequence. Perform arts activity on geometric sequence.
Arithmetic sequences were presented to you in the previous lessons using real-life situations. In this lesson, we will determine a geometric sequence. Have you ever wondered how plants grow? In your Facebook account, how would you know how many likers or reactors in a couple of minutes if a certain pattern is observed? When saving your money in the bank, have you realized how much it will increase monthly, quarterly, or yearly? These are just but situations that will help you arrange or organize things and make wise decisions. Well, let's take the challenge by answering the first problem. Maria Cleope is planning to buy a new blouse which costs 300 pesos as a present to her mother this Christmas season. She started saving money on the first week of November and doubled the amount to be saved every week. If she started saving 5 pesos from the first week, will she be able to buy the blouse at the end of the 7th week of December?
To solve the problem, you must have to analyze accurately the given situation. To help us understand the problem easier, let's present the given in tabular form.
There are 6 weeks from the first week of November up to the 2nd week of December. The initial amount saved is 5 pesos, while your target amount at the end of the 2nd week of December is 300 pesos. The amount to be saved is doubled every week. Since we started with 5 pesos for the first week, for the 2nd week, we have to save 2 times 5 pesos, so that's 10 pesos from the 2nd week. From 10 pesos, how much you should save for the 3rd week? Yes, that's right. That's 10 times 2 will give you 20 pesos for the 3rd week.
How about in the 4th week?
Yes, that's right. That's 20 times 2 will give you 40 pesos for the 4th week.
How about in the 5th week?
Yes, that's 40 times 2 will give you 80 pesos for the 5th week.
How about on the 6th week? How much will you save? Try it to yourself. I give you 5 seconds.
Well, on the 6th week, you will save 160 pesos. That's right, 160 pesos.
After 6 weeks, how much will you save all in all? Yes, that's right. You will have 315 pesos in 6 weeks. From that amount, can you buy that blouse as a Christmas present to your mom? Yes, absolutely. What's the sequence obtained?
5, 10, 20, 40, 80, and 160. Can you see any pattern from this sequence? Yes, that's right. Considering 5 pesos as the first term, the second term 10 can be obtained by multiplying the first term 5 to a constant number 2. By multiplying the constant number 2 to the second term 10, you will get the third term 20, and so on.
The constant number being multiplied to the terms to get the next term is referred to as common ratio represented by letter R.
Again, the constant number being multiplied to the terms to get the next term represented by letter R. This sequence is an example of a geometric sequence.
Using the given terms of the sequence, how will you obtain the common ratio?
The common ratio R is obtained by dividing the succeeding term by the preceding term. Again, common ratio R is obtained by dividing the succeeding term by the preceding term. By simply using this formula, a sub 2 divided by a sub 1, or a sub 3 divided by a sub 2, or a sub 4 divided by a sub 3, and so on.
Do you know that by using the common ratio R, we can get the missing terms of the sequence? Let's try this.
Identify the value of the missing term that will satisfy the given geometric sequence 3, 12, 48, blank. The missing term is succeeding term comes after 48. To obtain the missing term, let's determine first the common ratio by dividing a sub 2 by the first term a sub 1. Let's substitute the value, that is 12 divided by 3 will give you 4. Or we can also use a sub 3 divided by a sub 2. Our a sub 3 is 48 divided by a sub 2 is 12, which 48 divided by 12 will also give us 4. Therefore, our common ratio is 4. Now, using the common ratio 4, we will get the next term by multiplying the third, which is 48 times the common ratio. Our a sub 4 now is equal to a sub 3, which is 48 times the common ratio, which is 4. Your a sub 4 is 192.
How about if the first term is missing? Just like in this example.
Blank, 32, 64, 128. The missing term is a preceding term comes before 32. What should we do next? Yes, we will determine the common ratio. Again, that is by dividing the succeeding term by the preceding term. Since we don't have the first term, we can resort to dividing the third term, or a sub 3, which is 64, by the second term, or a sub 2, which is equal to 32. We can get 2. Or we can use the fourth term, a sub 4, which is equal to 128 divided by our third term, 64. 128 divided by 64 will give us 2. Thus, the common ratio for this sequence is 2. Since we are looking for the unknown preceding term, instead of multiplying, we will divide the second term, 32, by the common ratio 2, which is equal to 16. Correct. That is equal to 16. Thus, our a sub 1, or the first term in the geometric sequence, is 16. Also amazing, isn't it? Remember to identify the missing term first. You must have to find the common ratio. If the unknown value is succeeding term, then multiply the preceding term to the common ratio. If the unknown value is the preceding term, then divide the succeeding term by the common ratio.
Let's see what you have learned. Find the common ratio and the missing values in the sequence blank, negative 10, 50, negative 250, blank.
First thing we need to do is to look for the common ratio R, and that is by using the given values from our sequence.
In this case, we will use the third term a sub 3 divided by the second term, which is negative 10. So that's 50 divided by negative 10. We'll get negative 5. We get negative 5 because we divide numbers with unlike signs. To confirm whether we have the same common ratio, we will try the fourth term, a sub 4 divided by the third term, which is a sub 3. That is, a sub 4 is negative 250 divided by the third term, which is 50. Negative 250 divided by 50 will give us negative 5. See, if you use a sub 3 divided by a sub 2 or a sub 4 divided by a sub 3, we get the same common ratio. Since we have now the common ratio, let's find the first term, and that is by dividing the second term, a sub 2, by the common ratio. A sub 2 is equal to negative 10 divided by the common ratio, which is negative 5. Our a sub 1 now is equal to negative 10 divided by negative 5, that is positive 2. Positive 2 since we are dividing numbers with like signs. And to look for the fifth term, or a sub 5, since we are looking for the next term, we will use the multiplication, multiplying the fourth term to the common ratio, which is negative 5. So that's a sub 5 is equal to the product of a sub 4 and the common ratio. Our fourth term is negative 250 times our common ratio, which is negative 5. Our a sub 5 is equal to 1250. Positive since we are multiplying numbers with like signs. Thus, the fifth term is 1250 and the missing terms are 2 and 1250 respectively.
And that's all for today's lesson. This has been Sir Jake Morante. Bear in mind that learning math will always be fun and easy. Be awesome. Bye-bye.